Hello and welcome to Martinsville. My name is Justin. I'm the owner of Team 53 and I partnered with Circle Track Performance and Coach Dave Academy to bring you this week's Learn to Drive video for super late models at Martinsville as part of iRacing's 2025 Season 4 Week 12 official series. It's been a couple weeks since I've made a video. Been busy, a lot of life stuff going on right now. And it doesn't always make it super easy for me to get these videos done. So hopefully you guys have kind of understood and you've appreciated some of the other content that we've been doing. That being said, we are very small racing team here in Wisconsin. I'm hoping to get my late model back on track this year, as well as maybe look at doing some go-karting with my daughter. So she finished her rookie season in go-karting here in Wisconsin, Briggs LO206 class. Had a great season, learned a ton, and she's already starting working on next season stuff. So excited to see what happens there. But let's head in. Make sure you guys hit like and subscribe. Does a ton to help out the channel. We talk about that a lot. It's been so long, I've kind of forgotten how I do these, but let's head out on track here for a qualifying lap. Martinsville, last time these cars were at Martinsville that I built a setup for was 2023. So it's definitely been a while since they've been on the late or the super late model schedule. And the biggest thing is just going to be not overdriving the corners, 1 and 3. Feeling like you can drive these cars in super deep and then you can't. And watching the nose wash out or the rear end come around on you. So here we are, lap 1 of qualifying. There's just not quite enough grip in the car, so I'm going to make lap 2 be my fast lap. I think there's going to be a lot of lap times, a lot of guys that are turning a lot more laps and kind of getting things prepped in. You'll probably see some laps way faster than mine, but this is at least going to help you get around the track. So as we go for qualifying, about a half a block away from the wall, when you're in the cockpit here, you're going to see us kind of right here. I use this white line as kind of a barometer for me to kind of see where I'm at. And I kind of line it up with like the hood crease here. Halfway this lane, you can kind of see the edge of it. It just kind of varies a little bit here. But as we go into turn 1, you're going to see this darker spot here on the track. And that's really going to be my brake point, is this dark spot here. So we go in, I lift and I brake as we're going over that, at least from the outside. Even from there, kind of looks the same. We'll brake down into the corner here, and then we're going to get it nice and low here on the track and just kind of rotate here around the bottom of the track. Let that car rotate halfway through, get back on throttle. You're going to want to be as close to that curbing as you can without hitting it. If you hit that curb, it's a half a tenth gain. If you miss this bottom lane, it's a half a tenth loss. So it's really important you kind of get that perfect positioning there. Throttle up off the corner, get a good drive down the backstretch, and then it's kind of the same deal when you go into this corner. It'll be about the point where you feel like you're coming up on that dash line from inside the cockpit. You can kind of see I lose it here in my A post. These NASCAR slashes on the wall, also another really good spot. So it would be after Martinsville, you're going to see 1, 2, 3 start to turn in. That fourth one is where you're going to lift and brake. And then we'll bring that down into the corner just like we did before. And we'll just kind of let this car rotate around the bottom here. We'll grab some throttle coming up off. And then we'll just drive it nice and hard all the way to the start finish line. So it's kind of a standard lap you would think of for Martinsville. But let's go inside the car presented by our friends at Overdrive Racing Oils and Lubricants. They're an AMSOIL dealer. If you're looking to do your own oil changes, highly recommend them. They got some great quality products. The link is in the description below. So here's your lap inside the car. And there you go. Let's go look at race laps. So race laps, again, are all going to be about the same. The biggest thing is just going to be waiting for the car to kind of come in and then putting together a full lap. And that's the tough part here, right? Is getting into both corners without locking that nose down or the rear tires hitting, or when you're coming up off the corner, not knocking the backstretch wall down or the front stretch wall down, and then kind of compounding those issues by overdriving corners. So the biggest thing, just be patient, hit your marks, kind of run your race the way you need to run it. And then the cool thing about these super late models is that they've got enough horsepower where you can gear this car to run, a little bit higher on the track if you need to. I'm geared, all the Team 53 stuff is really geared to run the bottom, and it's really geared to be there for the end of the race. Not so much worrying about early on in the run, but late in the 80 lap run, that's really where you want to have some speed and have some consistency, and that's really where we're geared for. So it'll be interesting to see how this week of official series races go. I would anticipate kind of your typical Martinsville stuff. So dive bombs going into 1, dive bombs going into 3. Those just kind of seem like they happen every single time. And that'll be something that you guys will really, really have to look out for, is going to be kind of the diving in and all of that stuff. And if somebody does get to your inside, just let them be to the inside. Try and fight them on exit. If you kind of the outside lane here somewhat dies if you're not geared for it properly, which I'll be the first one to admit Team 53 setups are really geared for the bottom. You'll really need to kind of fight and push when it comes to those things. In terms of pit stops and stuff like that, you shouldn't need to do any pit stops. The pit road here, entry off of or into turn 3, you'll exit off of turn 1 here. So it is a pretty big disadvantage if you do get stuck pitting. And that'll be something that you guys will want to just definitely make sure if you get damage, is it worth it to pit? Is it not worth it to pit? I always check anytime I have damage, I'll stop and check and see if its RPMs are good. And if the RPMs are good and my steering wheel's fairly straight, generally speaking, I won't worry about pitting. But that's something you guys will have to decide for yourselves. But it should be a pretty fun week of racing at Martinsville. Like I said, it's been a long time since we've been here, so you're going to see a lot of variations in speed and everything from all the setup shops that are kind of getting things caught back up and getting lap times figured out and all of that stuff. So make sure if you guys have made it this far, you hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It does help out the channel. If you're looking to upgrade your sim racing equipment, our friends at Go Motorsports will be linked in the description below. That's where I recommend you get all your stuff. They've got a ton of Moses stuff, next level sim rigs, all of that stuff. And then if you are a real racer and you're looking for race car parts, Circle Track Performance is the place to go. They help me out a ton. You can find them. They'll be linked in the description. If there is something not on the Circle Track website that you're looking for, send them an email to sales@circletrackperformance.com and they will get back to you as soon as possible. So best of luck this week in racing, and we'll see you guys in the next video.